fantastic, Demi.
Later that same evening.
Welcome back to Love Island. I didn't plan on doing this originally, but it's been requested. And after the shitstorm we had last year that is called After, let's do it. Okay, I'm not ready, but it's now or never. We're 5 seconds in and I already have a lot to say. Oh god.
Harden, you have two options here. Either you fuck me or you leave. You decide for me.
Is Josephine Langford? Who the fuck is Josephine Langford? Josephine Langford like having like nude scenes in this one? Oh, it's Stevie. I didn't understand. This is like the thing that I didn't understand about the first movie because the book was just like technically sex scenes and the two of them arguing, and the movie was just like drone shots. So maybe this is like sex scenes. I know they changed the director. That a dude is directing, so it makes sense why there's just so much nudity in this one. But like, it looks like a car commercial. You know how that's not the word. It looks like a commercial. The way it's shot, the cinematography is just like really strange, and I don't understand it. But let's just keep going.
You hurt me and I can't forgive you.
So last night meant nothing.
I didn't know what I was doing from kissing that guy.
Why, Tessa, we never kiss a stranger.
Harry, no, you're Tessa anymore.
What happened between you two?
What? That's the point.
I thought that's it. It's oh great. Okay. Where do I start? So, I don't know whether this is because I haven't read the second book and I don't plan on reading it, but I didn't understand a fucking thing that just happened. I'm not. How do I phrase this? Head empty, no thoughts left. But not in a good way. You know how when you see something and you're like, oh shit, I am speechless. I'm speechless for all the wrong reasons, although I feel like I have so many things to say. I don't know how to phrase them correctly without like insulting people. But it's not insulting enough to insult people, it's just my stupid commentary on it. It's like, does it make sense? What, do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's not as entertaining as I originally thought I would be when reviewing this, but let's just go through the motions. We have Dylan Sprouse in this, which is like the craziest thing ever. And why is he in this? It's just so entertaining to me that both he and his brother are just these pretentious assholes, and then they star in like dumb shit like Riverdale and After. Like, it makes no sense. Where does this courage come from to act so like pretentious when you go and star in dumb shit like this? This is the same thing as if Timothy Chalamet just suddenly woke up one day and was like, you know what sounds great? A Mar Vista Entertainment movie, or a Lifetime movie, or give me those Christmas Hallmark movies. I love them. I think my IMDb page would look fantastic with them. That's the same energy I'm getting from like Dylan and Cole Sprouse. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, like all of you. I think that this particular like title, After We Collided, is the most creative thing Anna Todd has come up with throughout her entire career. and like that says a lot. I don't know her personally. I wish I never do because I've said some really bad things about her, and I don't know how I would react if I ever see her in person. I'll be like, oh my god, I called you stupid, I think, at one point in my life. But like, I think I understand why people like this franchise so much. I'm not sure why, but like fully to just circle it, like, but I think I understand because when you think about it, it's sort of entertaining, and I know I said a lot of shit about after when I did the video like a whole year ago. I was just pleasantly surprised by how entertained I was about the whole thing. I remember like begging my friend to go see the movie, and she okay, here's how bad the movie was. The movie was so bad that even my friend who actually enjoys those type of like bad romantic movies, she hated it. We left the theater and she was like, "What the fuck was that, Marie?" And I was like, that was a movie, allegedly. I don't know. It was just like I went to see it for Pia Mia, okay? And I left being a Josephine Langford stan. So I was converted. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know the director. I'm gonna try to look him up because I feel like I need to base my knowledge in order to further say certain things. But it just feels very cheap. I understand that the production studio that makes these movies isn't like Warner Brothers or Vista Entertainment or whatever. It's a pretty, like, I think it's a tiny production company, but that doesn't mean that you have to create a movie with these basic ass shots. One thing that I truly liked about the first movie is that it looked beautiful. Like, it had these gorgeous shots and the music was nice, and like there was just something about the way the director managed to capture about the characters. I know it wasn't anything spectacular, it wasn't exactly a Tarantino flick, but there was just something about it that made you feel like, oh, you know, the movie is stupid, but at least it's nice to look at, you know, drone shots and Olivia O'Brien singing in the back, like, why do you gotta make things so complicated? And you're like, yeah, dude, why do you have to make things so complicated? I swear to God, I think I had a lot more things to say, but apparently I don't. It just feels like a very bad car commercial with a couple of sex scenes. And it makes you go like, why is there a sex scene in a Honda commercial? For some strange reason, a whole month ago, or it was 2 months ago, I have no concept of time whatsoever. January lasted a whole fucking year, so how the hell am I supposed to know? These strange after fan accounts started popping on my Instagram Explorer page for no reason. I gotta say, the After fan base is the most creative fan base out there, which is incredibly ironic considering how the creator of said like franchise is the least creative person on the planet. Like, why do you have to recycle the same plot over and over and over again? Didn't she have an editor? This is something that it is always is on my mind when I think about her books. Like when I'm having these PTSD dreams, like, didn't she have an editor? Why didn't she have an editor? Why didn't the editor her just like come to her and was like slapped Anna, stop that, delete that whole passage, it's not needed. And she was like, no, just one more thing. I'm just entertaining myself at this point. Like, I'm not entertaining anybody else but myself. I don't know what to say. Literally, like, no thoughts, head empty. Do we talk about the Ed movies now? What do we do now?
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Hold the fucking phone. I was doing some minor research in order to have something more to talk about. I finally found out who's the director after we collided. It's some guy called Roger Campbell. And do you know which movies he directed? Cruel Intentions! He directed Cruel Intentions and Cruel Intentions 2. And every housewife's favorite 2019 movie, Falling in Love, starring Caroline from The Vampire Diaries is in this fucking movie. The budget just skyrocketed, but the quality. Is this gonna be like 50 Shades of Grey, where like you have like Kim Basinger strutting around and having like martini thrown in her face, but it's still like really, really bad movie? I don't know what else to say. I'm literally without words. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm like blah 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 blah. To end it all on a good note, on a finally good note, I'm gonna head over to Twitter and I'm going to read what the general public has to say. After we collide, it's gonna be like the book. Okay, here I have an issue with that. Okay, Harden is not a good person and character in the books. I know it's not a very controversial opinion because everybody who's read the books and has brain is aware of this, and I don't know how well it will seep into the audience's brain. I mean, how do I say this? We are in a time where the Me Too movement is like at an all-time high, and we have women and even men coming out with stories about like abuse they suffered, whether it was sexual or verbal, physical, any kind of abuse. And to have a character in a movie that I know that it's not going to be for younger audiences because of the content in the teaser, but 16-year-olds are still kids, and they're still as impressionable as audiences 12 and younger and older, and I just don't want that the sort of behavior, and I mean behavior, the behavior Harden portrays in the books, to be romanticized. From what I've seen, Tessa's not giving him shit. Like, she's like, I'm not your Tessa, bitch. Go back to England. Brexit the fuck out of my house. Ladies, do you ever tell a joke so bad that you make yourself laugh? Leave my villa. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna need a minute. I'm calm. I promise I'm calm. It's just that hit me. Oh, gee. Wanted content? Here's like 10 minutes of me laughing at my own fucking joke. Oh, I'm so funny. Teen Vogue was like, the first teaser for After We Collided is really something. Something bad. Yeah, it was a very bad teaser. I'm not gonna lie. It's very underwhelming. Here's someone comparing To All the Boys I Loved Before with After, which is like comparing Born to Die with Norman fucking Rockwell. Like, one thing is incredibly depressing, and the other is like, oh, you know what? I'm sad, but I don't want to be. It's kind of cute. And then Cinnamon Girl starts playing, and you're like, in your feelings, like, isn't it funny how Dylan Sprouse is still channeling Zach Martin after all these years? Like, every single role, he's like, and you just know that he's looking around for his brother, like, and just remembering that he's not on the set of, like, Hotel Tipton, and he's like, shit. And then he calls Barbara Palin because, God forbid, she's on her own for like 5 seconds. What did I say, bitch? She was there. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, this is just hilarious. This is like so funny. Yeah, so that's about it. I guess I'll have a lot more on my mind after the trailer pops. I'm still under the impression of like whatever I'm under the impression of. If you like this video, and I'm pretty sure you are pretty conflicted right now because it's a whole ass mess, make sure you like. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully it won't be a reaction to the After We Collided trailer, because I do plan on doing more interesting things until then, but yeah. Also, if you have a TikTok account, please make sure you follow me there. I make TikToks. I graduated from university in order to, pursue a career as a TikToker, so it would mean a world to me if you follow me there. This is my account. Yeah, I don't post as often as I want to, but I'm trying to, so yeah, social media, and see you in the next one. Bye.